19...
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.
Powered by Quantum Fiber.
The Power Hour is live, and you can stream it at kfan.com/watch, powered by our friends at Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
You can watch the Power Trip now. Turn on your computer and we'll make you horny. Or you will throw up because sauce is unattractive. Unattractive. Oh, so unattractive.
My God.
I see her in the light. She's glowing like a flame. But if she slips, she's just a puddle. Oh, what a shame. Her eyes, they pierce my soul. A mix of heat and cold. One look and I'm in love, or I'm ready to fold. Watch the Power Trip now. Turn on your computer.
What do you think you are, 1 to 10?
Me?
Yeah. Because AI says you're not very attractive.
Unattractive.
You're a 4? But you're low maintenance, so that makes you what, like a 6 or a 7?
6 or 7, yeah. I'm not low maintenance, so I'm like a 1.
Good point. You're actually all high maintenance, so it goes the other way.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm a 1.
Wouldn't it be nice to date like a 6, but she's low maintenance?
Yeah, so she's like an 8.
Like an 8, yeah. All right, should we do Fan 5?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've done all the sports.
Yeah, hang on. Let's see if
I've got some twin stuff.
Hang on, let me see if I have anything that we haven't talked about. No, don't care about that. Don't care about. No, good.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by Builders and Remodelers.
Thank you, Builders and Remodelers. Here's Rocco on the health of his club.
We've been really fortunate. We've been very pleased with the way the offseason's gone for all of our guys. We could go up and down our roster, but we've gotten a lot of the outcomes that we've wanted to this year. So Correa, Buxton, Royce on the position player side, they came out of things really well. And Joe Ryan on the pitching side, his offseason went very smoothly. So I'm getting a chance to watch him throw his bullpens right now. He looks great.
There you go. He feels good. What do you think, Sauce?
I hope they're good. I hope the players are good. I hope the coaches is good, and I hope Dustin and what's the other guy's name?
Chad Abbott?
Mitch. Yeah, Mitch. I hope they all have a great season. The owners are terrible, but I don't hate the team. I hate the owners.
So you want the Twins to do the team to do super well, like win the World Series, which would make the Pohlads some money.
Probably not, because there will be new owners by the time that happens.
Ooh.
Hey.
Give me an over-under for a date.
July 1st.
New owner, July 1st.
Yep.
Good.
Do you want to gamble on it?
I mean, that's what I was asking for. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do it with July 1st or not. I don't know. Like, I'm struggling gambling against you because winning the money doesn't feel that great, but losing to you really pisses me off. You know what I mean?
Why?
I see it.
So it's like if I lose $100 to you, like if I lose $100 to Zachary in the Daytona 500, I just shoot it off to him. I'm like, congrats, whatever.
Good for you.
But if you're like, I bet it's by July 1st, and I bet you, and then you win it, I'm going to be like, God dang it, I hate when he's right.
Right.
So the win is not worth the risk of losing. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So it would have to be a significant amount of money where I would want so badly to win that amount of money that it would be worth you doing the, Serena Williams dance on my grave.
Why do you hate me so much?
I don't. Not at all.
Are you sure?
Sauce is going to crip walk on your grave.
Well, I don't know how to. I'd be out of breath.
What if you just buy the team?
Oh, good one.
Well, Oak thinks I have generational wealth. That is incorrect. I can't buy the team
But
yet.
then you can win the bet, right?
Oh, good point.
Yeah, you'd win my $100.
You're
That would
basically
be worth it.
subsidizing.
That would be worth it.
Right.
I think I'd be a pretty good owner.
Hawk, did you buy the $100 Twins package?
Of a team, right?
Yes.
I bought the $100 Twins
Not
package,
this
and it
week.
wasn't what I thought it was.
Yeah. Now you got to watch the games.
No. I thought I was going to get a couple of twins.
Oh.
Mess with my package.
Mess with your sackage.
What do you think I said?
I think you said mess with my sackage.
No, he was asking for Sacagawea because he thinks that she was probably a looker.
Oh, look at this, Core.
Oh, no.
Chad wrote this. Chad Emmett.
Corey's got initials all day and night. Can't stop thinking, can't stop writing.
That sounds
From
good.
morning till night, no time for rest. All he talks about, just initials. Just initials.
Boy, Chad, you sound great, bud.
Corey's
not wrong.
world so small, so very tight. Everything else fades. Just initials. Just initials.
Brilliant.
Initials game. Oh, Corey's obsessed. No time for anything. Just initials. Just initials. Corey's heart beats for initials only. Just initials. Just initials. Corey's got friends, but they're just a blur. No one else matters, just initials.
That's correct.
Just initials.
Initialsgame.com.
School's over, work's done. Corey's still there, thinking of initials. Just initials.
It's a really
Just
lazy song,
initials.
but it's still very funny.
Corey's world's so small, so very tight. Everything else fades. Just initials.
I'm trying to figure out who this sounds like. Is this like
initials? Initials
Killers a little bit, maybe?
Oh, Corey's obsessed. No time for anything.
Old Peter Gabriel.
Just initials. Just initials.
Yeah. Right
Initialsgame.com.
now, Chad's slam dancing in
Yeah.
his office right now.
Yeah,
He's grip walking.
Yeah, and he's dancing.
There you go.
I did mention that to somebody the other day. They were like, they're like, is that true that your boss really only thinks you care about Fridays? I go, yeah, I said it to his face.
Yeah, you do.
And then
About
I said,
every day.
And then I said, I actually think it's kind of cool that I have, long enough relationships with the bosses that I can just say that to them. A lot of jobs you couldn't say like, yeah, I don't really care about Monday through Thursday.
Yeah.
All my energy's focused on Fridays. Most jobs you'd be in pretty big trouble, but this one I just go, no, that's pretty much what I care about.
Yeah.
Right.
And they are like, okay, great.
Sounds good.
And then our comeback is, well, give me a reason to care Monday through Thursday, and I will.
Give me one reason. Yeah.
Give me one reason to care.
Here's something for you guys.
Oh, I thought you had a new song.
Nah. Over the past 200 years, hundreds of human bones have been dredged from the River Thames that runs through London.
Really?
According to a new study, most of those bones date back to the Bronze and Iron Ages. A team of researchers from the United Kingdom examined the skeletal remains of about 61 people, confirmed that the majority originated between 2300 BC and 43 CE. The River Thames most likely held a deeper votive significance to the people back then. So they find bones all the time. And what they didn't realize is that most of them are 2,000 years old. How crazy.
Wow.
So do they know where they're coming from yet? Does that make sense? Like, is it a some kind of a pile?
They're wondering about that. They're thinking the Thames skeletons have been analyzed by researchers since the 19th century. Swimming in theory, some say that many bodies pointed to an epic battle between the Celts and the Romans, or at least violent encounters between groups. Violence is particularly common theme for later prehistoric human remains from watery places. So I guess they're seeing a lot of damage to these skulls that make it look like they may have died.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just got dumped in the river.
Yeah,
afterwards.
right.
Wow.
Right. Can you imagine what that river must have been like with all those dead bodies? Ugh.
Oh, the smell.
Yeah.
That's all I think about when I think about the past is how stank it must have been.
You know what I always think about? How bad your teeth, like
Teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you ever,
that's
like
true.
Underarms.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
of everything.
and if you got a
Under
like
boob.
a
Everybody, all the spots that lady from the Lumi commercials or whatever
Yeah,
mentions,
right.
or Mando,
Man.
all those spots would just be rancid.
and if you got a toothache, they might as well just kill you.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you have a figure skate to take it out with.
Oh, yeah.
Hideous.
Yeah. Yeah, and if your appendix ruptured, it's over.
It's over.
You're dead.
You lay there and wait.
Yeah, waiting and watching and wondering why.
Yeah, that's what that song's about.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
What if like Jack the Ripper just killed people and threw their bones in the old river and was just like, just wash up with the others.
Yeah, who cares?
They'll never know it was me.
Yeah.
Just stack it on top.
It'll
right?
look like it was in a battle.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do date testing.
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, he didn't care.
Throw
Just
it off
killed
London
everybody.
Bridge. Yeah.
Yep.
Just chuck it.
Did you go on the Jack the Ripper tour?
I did,
Hogs?
yeah.
You have, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Kind of creepy, too, because it happens at night, so it creeps you out a little bit.
Yeah.
And, like, one of the places where one of the bodies was found is, like, now a schoolyard beside an elementary school.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah. That's like, but that's, it's England. People die everywhere, right?
Yeah. It's like in Edinburgh, Scotland. We went on the Black Plague tour.
Oh, my gosh. Did you really?
So under the city, it shows you all these little places where people lived. And then you basically get to see, here's a family of 6. And you're like, oh, sweet. This is a small little area here. Not a lot of space to live. And then they just like, hey, watch us lift up this blanket. And they show you what a kid with the plague looked like. I'm like, oh God. And they're like, yeah, this kid was a goner. I'm like, cool.
Sweet.
Right. So now I'm like underground in a real place, right, where people actually had the plague. And I have to explain to my, at that time, 10-year-old, like, yeah, that kid didn't make it. That kid's deader than hell.
This kid didn't do their homework. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Man, just gross.
This kid spends too much time on her iPhone. What do you think?
Right.
This kid also complained about dad being in the basement too much.
Spooky.
You think this kid looks bad? Look at Chad Abbott.
Oh, his poor drop foot.
Kelsey Cook, comedian, when we come back, joins us via the old stream. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan. For more information about contests on the station, go to KFAN.com/rules.
Hot chili peppers and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Alt2K, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Discover what a Metro State University degree can do for you at open house events on February 25th for bachelor's programs or February 27th to learn about master's or doctoral programs. Sign up at metrostate.edu/open house.
952-0-RES. Give them a call today and get your carpets cleaned the right way, the Zero-Res way. It's Corey Coe from the Power Show Morning Show. I've been using them for over like a dozen or so years. They're fantastic. And this is February, the month of love, and they want you to love your rug and get your carpets cleaned, as they like to say. So 3 rooms of carpet for just $119 and a 4th room for free if you mention KFAN or ask for the KFAN special when you call 952-0-RES or go online right now at zeroresminnesota.com. They do it better than everybody else. They're fantastic. They have a gotta love it guarantee, so they will stand behind their work. So whether it's your home, your cabin, your business, what do you need cleaned? $75 off your air duct cleaning as well. But specifically carpet this month, 3 rooms for $119 and a 4th room for free. Hammer that out. There's 10 days left, right, in this month. So get on the old phones, 952-0-RES, or go to zeroresminnesota.com before this month is over. Get on the schedule, get on the calendar, and get your carpets cleaned the Zero-Res way, 952-0-RES.
Is your basement ready for the melt and spring rain? Standard Water Control is the waterproofing foundation repair and sump pump expert since 1977. Installation, service, and repair for all wet basement issues. Peace of mind starting at just $250. Visit standardwater.com for details. Standardwater.com.
Hey, it's Corey Coe, Power Trip Morning Show on KFAN. If you've been thinking about LASIK, there's no better time to act than right now. OVO LASIK and Lens isn't just trusted by thousands of Minnesotans. They're also the official LASIK provider of the Minnesota Wild and the Timberwolves. That's right, 2 epic teams, 2 legendary surgeons, Dr. Mark Lobanoff and Dr. David Whiting. They both bring you world-class vision correction. Ask anybody who's had LASIK, like me, they'll tell you it is life-changing. So do what I did and schedule your free LASIK consultation today. Go to ovoeye.com, OVOEYE.com. With Ovo's best price guarantee and 24 months interest-free financing, you can live life without glasses, without contacts, for as low as $4 a day. And trust me, Ovo LASIK and Lens is the real deal. If it's good enough for the Wild and good enough for the Timberwolves, it's good enough for you. So get LASIK. Visit OvoEye.com or 877-OVO-EYES to book your free exam today. Ovo LASIK and Lens.
Hi, I'm Charles Thayer from All Around. When you've got a home construction project, you'll hear some pretty unbelievable offers out there.
Get a full roof replacement for half price or a half roof replacement for quarter price.
Book your siding job with us, and we'll throw in a free night of babysitting.
And remember to ask for Discount Doug's Dangerous Double Dollars.
651 Carpets Plus. We bring the showroom to you. Come on in. Here's how your free in-home estimate works. We bring you all the latest and greatest styles to complement your home. We use our state-of-the-art measuring system so we can give you the best price for your project on the spot. And we have thousands of products that you could have installed the next day. Call 651 Carpets Plus for your free in-home estimate.
Visit allaround.com. That's allaround.com.
All around, we get it done and we do it right.
Looks like you're getting a nice tax refund this year.
All right.
Did he tell you that at H&R Block, everyone gets their max refund or their money back?
And we always guarantee
100% accuracy on every return.
Wow, I could get used to this.
We're here all year.
Switch to H&R Block and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. It's better with Block. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. See hrblock.com/guarantees for complete details.
You're listening live to The Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
The Power Hour continues live at KFAN.com/watch. It's powered by Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Final segment of the Power Trip Morning Show, featuring a very special guest.
Yeah, Kelsey Cook, who was, 6 weeks or so ago? Her and Chad Daniels played initials.
Man, time flies, yeah.
I know. Isn't that crazy? That was, the end of December, I think they were in? Because that's Sauce Reed. Is that when you were gone for baby duty?
Yeah, and Louis is 7 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There is no Louis, only Steve.
But, last week on Hulu and on YouTube, Kelsey's new special, Mark Your Territory, dropped. I watched it this weekend. Maxo, you watched it this weekend as well.
I did.
Yep, A+. Always super, super good.
Can't wait to see it.
Let's do it. Let's see
There
if we
she
can bring
is.
her up. Kelsey Cook joins the Power Trip Morning Show. Hi, Kelsey.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. Your special was outstanding, which shocks no one that knows your work, but it was awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for watching it.
Yeah, you did something that I think is not easy to do in comedy. Is you made fun of your mom's dementia, and
I've never had somebody phrase it. I don't make fun of her dementia.
You made it.
Interesting choice.
Jeez, Corey.
You made it funny though, which is not easy to do.
Thank you. I tried to find some of the lighter moments in what is obviously a horrific, heartbreaking disease. But there are some things that happen because of dementia that would not happen otherwise that you do have to laugh at. Like, I think I've talked on the show before about how my mom is a professional foosball player. Have we talked about this on here?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And that she's in the Foosball Hall of Fame and all this stuff. But when you have dementia, you a lot of people say things that are not true or real or that sound outlandish. And so we've just noticed that every time my mom gets a new nurse, the nurse will always be like, oh, tell me about your life. And my mom's always like, well, I'm in the Foosball Hall of Fame. And every nurse is like, oh, sure you are. I'm always like, lady, I swear to God. And we can't convince anybody that works there because it just seems so insane. So it's like, those are moments. But I wouldn't say I make fun of her dementia. You make me sound like the worst daughter in the world. I'm not soulless.
No, but so I texted you this yesterday when we were talking about today that so you did a really nice thing at the end of your special for your mom, and it's a message and it's a letter. You're obviously dedicating it to your mom.
Yeah.
And I told you I didn't get to read it because as soon as your special ends, Hulu starts suggesting other things. So like Modern Family and like Holy Moly or whatever, it goes right over the top of this heartfelt message. I'm like, I'm familiar with Modern Family. I want to see what Kelsey wrote to her mom. I couldn't see it.
Oh, dang it.
We got to fix that.
Yeah, these are things that I, you don't think about when you're putting the special together. You don't imagine that Modern Family is going to be like, all right, enough dementia. Let's get over here. Some other giggles. But yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Business stuff that is not funny at all, but just not like your mom's dementia. But I mean, like, how do you determine like where you're going to stream this? Why'd you choose Hulu, or do they come to you? How does that work?
They kind of it's a little bit of a mix, I guess. We had never done something like this before where it came out on Hulu and YouTube the same day.
Okay.
And, there are like upsides and downsides of that. But my special, The Hustler, came out on YouTube initially, just YouTube.
Right.
And the upside of that is that that's the only place people can watch it. And so the view count looks great, right? It's it just hit 3.7 million views because that was the only place you could watch it. And then Hulu later put The Hustler on its programming. But with Mark Your Territory, the new one, we had it come out on both Hulu and YouTube at the same time, because in a way it's like, well, it's going to be seen by so many more people, like 2 major crowds.
Sure.
But the drawback is that the view count on YouTube is public, Hulu's isn't. So like what people are seeing is not the actual like full total watch of the special, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think just in like an ego way, comics get a little bit like, oh, I wish that YouTube could show what the actual full thing is, including Hulu views. But of course, that's not how that works, but it's okay.
Hey, so something else you did interesting, I think, in this special, and it shows your social media savvy a little bit, is, Chris, how you always say that the thing that is frustrating about stand-up comedy is once you do a set or once you do a special, it kind of just fades and it's just gone.
Yeah, you can't do it again.
Right, you don't get to play the hits. I loved how you kind of turned this into Inception. You were kind of you were referencing videos that you have had that have gone viral. You referenced jokes from past specials like The Hustler. Right. So it was almost like you were stacking jokes with the purpose of repurposing them going forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. I feel like I've seen other comics do that, and I liked the effect that had. I feel like we've seen Nate Bargatze do that with the Starbucks milk bit, right? Where it was like the next special, he had a follow-up on it because that particular joke had done so well, and it kind of made sense. It felt like within his fan base and made you feel like you're like really in, right, on like what's been going on. And I just felt like, some of these things, like the Chad clip, right, with the woman in the crowd who kept being like, he's so hot. I mean, that clip ended up getting 15 million views. It brought like a huge chunk of my fan base to me. And so it felt like, well, this seems weird to not talk about this joke because it like tied in with the material I already had about Chad. But yeah, then there were a couple things from The Hustler that, again, it felt natural, and I hope it didn't feel like it was like recycling a premise. I was trying to make it more of like a chapter 2 to that topic that seemed to make sense.
Hey, Kelsey, I watched your special last night too, and it seems all the jokes were so very personal to you, and you even talked about how you got some backlash to it, like from Chad's daughter and stuff like that, and then you joked about the backlash that you got. Like, where do you, and then obviously we talked about the dementia thing, you talk about your dad, like is there a hard line in the sand where you go, that's a little too personal, or do you just does it depend on how funny it is?
Yeah, what bridges won't you burn in your family? And
how much kerosene do you have?
I definitely do have like hard boundaries where I will just make sure that this is something that these people would be okay with. Obviously talking about my mom's dementia, I wanted to do it in a way that if she were to watch it, she wouldn't feel like uncomfortable with it. I wanted to talk about it in a way that still felt respectful to her, but joking more about like the circumstances that come from it, right? Not like her disease itself or her. And stuff with Chad's daughter, I mean, I think it's safe to say she will not be watching my special. So there was a little bit of that in there where it's like, she's not gonna watch this. I mean, that's like the whole basis of the joke is that she unfollowed me because of watching the previous vasectomy joke. And things that are probably a little too R-rated to talk about on this morning show, but I get it though. I completely understand her unfollowing me. That would be kind of crazy actually if she was like, oh my god, that joke's so funny. It's like, it's just, I'm talking about like being in bed with your dad. I mean, if I saw my stepmom even like make out with my dad, I'd want to cut her tongue out. Like, I think there's definitely like an innate thing about seeing your parents or like a parent with their partner doing stuff like that you're like, I want to die. This is the grossest thing I've ever seen. Please stop. So I get it. And I just, I did want to talk about it, but I doubt she's going to see that. And even if she does, she'd probably agree with me. Like, yeah, I would not show that clip to my friends. So, yeah.
Hey, Kelsey, meet sauce here. When you come up with a concept for a joke, how long does it take you till it's finally done and ready to go at like an open mic or during your special or whenever you get all your jokes put together? How long does the concept of it take, and then how long does it take for it to be a completed joke?
I think it really depends. Sometimes you have a joke that you try and you go, oh, okay, I think this is actually pretty close to where it needs to be. And then other times, I think depending on the subject matter, it takes a lot longer. Like, talking about my mom's dementia, that did not work the first time. That was something I had to like really figure out, how do I approach this? The hour I'm touring with right now, I'm talking about getting diagnosed with depression and like the process of antidepressants and all this stuff. And that, again, that's a joke I've been working on now for maybe half a year. And it just recently is starting to feel like, oh, okay, I figured out how to do this in a way that makes people laugh and is relatable without them going like, oh, sad. Let me feel so bad. It's like, you don't want to hit that nerve. You just want people to be laughing along with you. So kind of depends.
Didn't you have a self-help podcast before the one with Chad?
I did. I co-hosted.
Was that the one with Taylor?
Yes.
Okay.
I co-hosted a podcast called Self-Helpless for like 7 years, 6, 7. I mean, such a long time. But yeah, it was me, Taylor Tomlinson, and Delaney Fisher. And Delaney still does it. She does like solo episodes or has guests on. But yeah, and now I have Pretend Problems with Chad, and we do our own version of self-help that's just pure insanity, if you know Chad, but which you guys do. You guys have all the time, but it's like our own version of couples therapy basically, and trying to give advice to listeners who write in too.
And now Taylor is just a big deal, right? She's after Colbert.
Massive.
And she's coming in like 2 weeks, correct? Isn't she in Minneapolis in like 2 weeks?
Yes, we're so sad because I'm on the road. I'm in Texas the week she's here, but I think she's going to come like a day early so we can hang out. But yeah, we're very lucky. Delaney and Taylor and I are still all best friends, which I think is kind of rare when like a podcast ends or like other hosts leave, to still have that friendship. So we're very lucky.
Most important question, and I'm watching myself here, but it looks like you have a cat in your lap.
I did.
Okay, good. Thank God. Is the cat gone? And what's the cat's name?
Oh, I wish she was still in here. Her name's Mia. She's the best. She's a rescue, but she's a Siberian, and they're just like dogs. They're
I was
the
going to
greatest
say, that's a big
cats
cat,
ever.
right? Yeah.
She's giant. She's 13 pounds. She's real chunky, and she's just the greatest. So if you watch Pretend Problems podcast on YouTube, she is on my lap the entire time. So if you want to see Mia, she's a pretty lady. But yeah, I'm sad she jumped off my lap. That would be hilarious if there was something else going on. Like, what is on her? What's moving on her right now?
Kelsey, you're the best. Again, this special was absolutely spectacular. It's called Mark Your Territory. It's on Hulu. It's on YouTube. I think you said you're coming back possibly to Minneapolis in the fall, right? The last time you were on our show.
Yes.
So probably a date to be announced soon.
Yeah, I'm actually planning on shooting my next special here. So it's looking like October. I will announce as soon as I for sure have that date. But yes, thank you guys for having me on. I'd love to come play Initials game again sometime. That's like haunted my dreams that I want to win so badly.
Well, and I owe you a point too. I think like the public basically said that I completely screwed you on crane machine versus claw machine. That crane should have counted.
Okay, great. Yay. So, well, thanks.
I'm not. We're not changing the record books. You still only have
I still
one.
lost.
But
hey! Come on.
No, I know. We'll get you and Chad back in, and because again, I like the dynamic of the two of you fighting for points, not just getting them right. Because like then you have the bragging rights over Chad.
Yes.
When you go home, because it sounds like you guys are very competitive anyway, so that's fantastic.
That's exactly what we need. More things. More things.
Exactly. We'll do it again.
Keep score on. Yeah.
You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, you guys. Have a good one.
See you later. There you go.
All right, Kelsey. Again, I'm telling you, it's Max Oakenback, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
But it is like the art of joke writing, though. How like every word matters. Like I won't ruin the joke, but there's a joke where if she had just said basketball shorts, I probably wouldn't have laughed. But the fact that she says "and ones,"
brilliant!
It was like such a specific reference, and I almost peed my pants. I'm like, man, I know exactly the shorts she's talking about. That's so much funnier than just saying shorts or basketball shorts. Have to say "and ones."
It's crazy how
she's so good.
Science of comedy, just how one word, or like we've talked about before, like Jerry Seinfeld says he'll experiment with numbers. Like he'll be like 36 is funnier than 35.
Or you can just hear it.
Yeah.
Man, that Saturday Night Live special, when they talk about the cowbell bit, it's actually, it was written as woodblock, but they realized it would sound so much funnier if the words were cowbell. And
coming out of Walken's mouth.
Yeah, and even Dana Carvey says, just listen to how it sounds, cowbell. That sounds funnier coming out of his.
Correct.
So it all matters, man. That's really, really cool.
And again, obviously, she's gone, but I'm not kissing her ass anymore.
Oh, she's still listening. I can see her. She's still on the screen. I'm going to bring her back up now.
Let me
Kelsey,
say
can
one
you
more
still
time.
hear him?
Well, it sucked. That special was just terrible.
now that she can hear
it was so bad. All those jokes were stolen. The blackface part, when she did blackface, I mean, that was...
She did that?
Yeah, that was pretty egregious.
If you're still there, then let me kiss your ass one more time, though.
Oh, my God, please. And Mia just
there's the kitty. Oh, my God, look how big that cat is.
She just came back in, and so I was like giving her some cuddles, and then you guys just kept talking about it. So I was like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Got it. It's all
We
right.
got you.
Kitties make you do that.
No, but
my God.
You know when you're one last thing, Kelsey, that I can brag you up about, but like. You know, Sauce, we always make fun of your stand-up sets, right?
Yeah, it's terrible. Not good.
But it is crazy, like, once you get to Kelsey's level, how comfortable you look on stage. Yeah. It doesn't matter if a joke crushes or, like, kind of half bombs. It just looks like you never get flustered, and I'm sure you do, because every comic we've ever had on the show or ever listened to on a podcast always talks about how much anxiety there is and like the highs and lows of comedy and the stress and like touring. But man, I would have been convinced that you didn't even break a sweat in Madison doing that special. It just looked like you had an hour of just on cruise control. It looked like you had it mastered.
Wow, that is truly such a nice compliment, because that is so not what's going on the inside.
No kidding.
But I mean, I think just for a special taping, if you see me on the road, I am generally very comfortable up there. But like, you just are so hyper aware during a special taping of there's that camera, camera. This is how much it costs to do this. Oh my God, I need this to go well. And you have, at least for me, I have like a constant barometer in my head of how each joke just went. So at the end of a joke, I'm like giving it a grade in my head before I go to the next joke, just like already being like, is that going to look good enough for the special? Is that going to sound good enough? So we're like way more in our head during a taping than a regular show.
You can't tell.
Can't tell at all.
We talked about it off the air. It feels like obviously we know you through the show, but just watching that special, what's in an hour, I feel like I know you. Like you feel like someone that I know like as a friend, and you seem so comfortable up there.
Thank you, man. I'm so glad I just hung out and petted my cat while you guys were doing this. So nice.
Oh, by the way, one last thing.
You might want to work on a Jackie Chan impression, though.
Max was legitimately trying to figure out if your dad went to his school to yo-yo, because he's like, somebody was at my school. He's like, I wonder if it was Kelsey's actual dad.
Yeah. Did he go to like Eagan, Minnesota at all, ever?
I think he may have. I mean,
unless he had a yo-yo rival that we don't know about, I'm pretty sure it was your dad.
God, where's the Netflix documentary? Yo-yo in the streets. Yeah, he went all over. I mean, when I say international yo-yo man, I mean, he got paid to go to like Belgium and like Hawaii. He was all over the place doing this big yo-yo tour. So I think it's very possible he was in Minnesota doing the school tour as well. I mean, he did it at my school, which was like exciting when you're young. And then yeah.
But there's no doubt it would be like the like magicians rivalries, right? It'd be like, if you're the yo-yo guy, you want to book all of them. You want the monopoly on the yo-yo tour.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll have to ask him if he had any like arch nemesis. Messiah. I don't know what the plural is for that, but I'll have to ask.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I hope it was him. That would be sweet if you saw him.
God, that would be funny.
Small world.
Yeah.
Was he a bald man?
I think so, but it felt like his spirit had hair. You know, I can't really remember it, but he was very vibrant.
Oh my God.
Well said.
I will pass that on to my dad. Listen, your spirit has hair. Don't worry about it. People see you for who you really are. It's okay.
We really will let you go this time. I
Okay,
promise.
thank you guys so much for.
Is your cat still there though?
She is still here,
Let me
but
see her
I
one more
will
time.
go.
That's a giant head
I will
on that
pet
cat.
her.
I can't look at that cat. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
That's a huge bitch.
It is. Bye.
All right, Kelsey. Thank you.
See you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
We just do a Minnesota goodbye with an interview.
We did, yeah.
It's hard to do a Minnesota goodbye digitally.
And
but
we just dropped
did.
the F word as
Yeah,
well, which
we
is
did.
awesome. I mean, that hadn't happened too often.
Which doesn't happen very often in Minnesota goodbyes.
No,
Almost
it
at all.
doesn't. No.
Unless you slip on ice.
Yeah.
On your way out.
Yeah. I Minnesota goodbyed myself out the door.
I don't think we had much like that in Chisago Lakes. I think we had I'm pretty sure I had Dave Dahl come and explain meteorology, but that was like it. We didn't have anything cool like a yo-yo dude.
We had a bunch of stuff. We had the yo-yo guy. We had the couple that biked through like Africa and South America, and every time
We had that guy on. That's the Blue Zone guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Dan
we had.
Buettner? Really?
Yeah, because when he was on, we
Makes
had him.
sense.
We had him at
He's from here.
our middle school or elementary
really?
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
talked
they-
about when he was on.
And
yeah.
every trip they come back and tell you about, they always almost die.
Yeah,
There's like a
correct,
video.
yeah.
There's a
He's-
picture of him just pale.
the
and,
Blue Zone guy, he's great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was sweet.
What an interesting life that guy's led, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Love him.
Seen everything, been everywhere.
Everywhere.
I think about that sometimes. It's like, I wonder if that was like the first seed planted in my head of like, I really want to travel the world, just seeing those people come to the school and talk about that story.
See, I don't think
really
I
interesting,
don't
yeah.
think that's the case because you've never picked up a yo-yo.
Yeah. You're not yo-yo man.
So I don't think
is
they
a
had
good
as much
point.
influence as you think.
We had.
What if it was both? What if you are now a world traveler who just yo-yos
Yeah.
on
Just
the
yo-yos.
flights?
That's how you
all the
make your
time,
money,
right?
yeah.
This whole time I'm a yo-yo master and just never told you guys.
Zacho, you were going to say something.
We had Tim McNiff show up.
The crime dog?
Yeah. See, again, meteorology, right? You got to learn about
Or
sports, but you got to learn
Yeah.
about stuff when you're young.
And I got into sports.
Yeah, you sure did.
I like
You
sports.
sure did. One of these days you're going to get paid for it.
Someday.
You wait.
I'm optimistic about my 40s.
Ah, that makes
Max,
I'm not so optimistic.
50s.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Now it's time for
Headlines brought to you by my friends at
Baby.
Wolf River Electric and wolfriverelectric.com. Go solar with Wolf River Electric and get those solar panels put on. They say around 15 million people watched the SNL 50th anniversary special. My dad was one of them. 15 million. That's a pretty big number for a random Sunday night, but
yeah.
For
surprised
sure.
it wasn't bigger.
15 million's a lot in this
That's a
today's
ton.
That is a
landscape.
ton.
though.
Yeah.
That's like as much as a Game of Thrones episode, or probably more.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, man. I watched it. I enjoyed it. There were highs and lows, but I loved it, man. I loved that show. I loved the concert on Friday night too, man. I was tweeting, nobody else was responding, but my goodness, there were some really great moments in the music concert Friday night.
People kind of lost their minds for the Post Malone Nirvana
I
bit,
thought
right?
that was super cool. I
Yeah.
never thought I'd see those three people on stage again.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true. And it's hard to even come close to capturing that vibe.
Of course,
Right? And
yeah.
Post Malone fit in pretty organically. It felt pretty natural.
Yeah,
It's a good fit.
But just to see Novoselic on stage again
Yeah.
with,
How about
with
that?
Smear and Grohl, that's so cool.
And Chris Novoselic barely looks like he's the one that looks the least like him of the three,
He
right?
looks like he's in the Yo-Yo Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
The other two look like, oh, yeah, that's clearly Dave or Pat from Nirvana. And
Yeah.
you're like, who's old tall guy?
I know.
You're like, oh, God
He's
dang.
huge.
He is
That is a
6'7".
huge bitch.
He
Yep.
is
I mean,
That's a huge bitch.
I mean,
Wasn't Saturday Night Live where he threw the bass in the air and it landed on his head?
no, I think that was the
Oh, it was
MTV
You're right.
Music
You're right, it
Awards.
was. You're right. Yep.
Hit him right in the face
Yeah, it sure
and like
did. He
knocked
bled.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just knocked him out. The final Ozzy Osbourne / Black Sabbath show now has Guns N' Roses and Tool added to the lineup.
Sweet.
Wow.
Where is that?
I don't know.
Is it a tour or is it just one?
No, it's just it's a one-off. It's a.
It's got to be in England, right?
Yeah, no, it might be in their home
Yeah,
area, like
yeah.
Birmingham.
They
were.
house.
It's an
Andy's
Andy's
house?
They're from Birmingham, so I bet it's
It
someplace
is.
there.
It's Birmingham, England, yeah.
Is it really? Okay, got it.
When is it?
Villa Park, July 5th.
July 5th.
That'd be so sweet.
I think I'm off that day.
Oh, it's the same day Incubus is at Treasure Island.
Oh, you know.
It's a
Is
Saturday.
it really?
It sure is. It's a Saturday.
You should go.
Black Sabbath is all time.
Go with
All
Andy.
freaking time.
Top
Go
5
with
for me.
Andy.
Come on,
we're
dude. All
Off
time.
Thursday and Friday that week.
Yeah, go with Andy.
Yeah, I got gigs Thursday and Friday, but I could be there on Saturday.
Do it.
Dot.
Yeah.
Dot.
And speaking of Black Sabbath, talk amongst yourselves. Rhode Island, neither a road nor an island discussed.
Hey, Zacho, go see the Led Zeppelin movie while it's in theaters. And even if you're not a giant Led Zeppelin fan, it's so cool to watch them. Dude, literally, I know I talked about this the other day, but Maxo and Saucy, they showed them playing their first ever concert together, and you're like, they're already the best band in the world.
Wow.
And this is their first show they've ever done.
It's in theaters right now?
It's in theaters right now, yeah.
I've been seeing trailers for it. I got to check that out. I didn't know it was coming out in theaters.
It had the largest, what do you call it, take?
Box office?
Yeah, box office for an IMAX-only release in the history of IMAX.
Wow.
Yeah.
My God.
But you see in theaters, you're hearing it on theater sound, which is the key.
Man, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that band is so good.
Oh, here it is. I found it. So Rolling Stone just posted a story. The 50 worst songs on great albums. I think we have run out of ideas for lists.
Yeah.
So these are terrible songs.
Actually, that's a pretty cool idea.
It is
Yeah.
right because
That's an interesting
and
concept.
their point basically is even masterpieces. It's hard to write 13 or 14 great songs.
For sure.
But on number 5, so the fifth, I guess, worst song on
you're
a
gonna be
great
pissed.
album.
Is it a Weezer song?
Black Sabbath.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know this song. From 1972. Do you know a song called FX?
Man. No, I don't, honestly.
Not off the top of my
1972.
Huh.
Yeah, they say it's terrible. I can't even say Elton John's title.
Can you give me
Number
an
4,
idea?
the Jamaica J Off.
Oh, really?
From 1973, from Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Yeah, I think, I believe,
Interesting.
never mind.
That's the name of a song?
Yeah. Number 3, from Use Your Illusion 2, Guns N' Roses' My World.
Yeah.
Sucks. I don't know that one.
I don't, there's
Not a good
lot of
song?
That was
stinkers
a
on
My
those two
World
records.
2.0 guy, but
Yeah, understood.
The number 1 bad song on a great album is the Police Mother from 1983. That's dancing. That's dancing.
Wait, when did they travel
Yeah,
and
they
tour
covered.
together?
They covered the.
Oh, they
Danzig
covered
song.
it.
It was a
So-
strange move on their part.
It's all right. That song wails.
Especially because Danzig actually came after that record, so it's
Yeah.
really weird that they covered that.
Man,
By the way, number
that's a
9,
great
the
song.
Beatles' Good Morning from the Sgt. Pepper's album.
That's a great song.
Oh, they're saying it sucks.
Those bastards.
Mother.
The Beatles
another
are
reaction.
kind of like the quintessential band of that, where they have
Oh,
an album
man.
full of slammers, and then one song with that, it's like, what the bleep is this?
Oh, sheesh, man. I can't get over
I don't know that FX
I was
song by
so
Black
pleased that he did Golden Slumbers. I know I brought that up twice
Yeah.
now, but
It was
my
great.
God, that was.
That
And I
was-
know he
it
didn't
was
sound great,
awesome.
but he's 80 years old.
No, he did not.
I
but
was
it
thinking the
sweet.
same thing, Hawk. Like, it
Yeah.
didn't sound the best, but the emotion was there.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, correct.
Once there was
Right.
a
Yeah.
way.
That was great.
Oh,
I have never heard of this song in my life. Not that I had Britney Spears' debut album.
yeah. Keep saying that.
She had a song, though, in 2000 called Email My Heart.
Oh, Hawk loves that song.
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Email my heart.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
So
wow.
this article basically says, we have to ignore the fact that most teenage girls in 1999 were chatting on AOL. They weren't writing emails.
Yeah.
So true. Teenage girls were not emailing in 99. Paul,
How
your
would
hands
you
up.
know?
Who still has an AOL screen name or AOL email address?
PA does.
PA does.
And I swear to
Yeah.
you, it's a true
Yeah,
story.
PA
People
does.
ask me that
Yeah.
more often than not because they think it's made up. Because they don't even know that you can still have
It's
an
like-
AOL
Yep.
email.
Yep.
He
He
does.
yes, he does.
He does.
Every time we're on like a group email, I'm like, who the hell? Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
PA.
Every time, really. You have to remind yourself every time.
I mean, not every
You
time.
might need to get checked.
Yeah, I do.
You guys saw the Brutalist, right? At least Max, I know you did.
It's too long. I haven't had it's 3.5 hours.
The director of the Brutalist says he's made $0 off of the movie.
I don't even get how.
Does he work for iHeart?
And there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah, I can
It's
relate
too
to
popular. They can't sell it.
That is amazing to me.
It's a more common sentiment these days because I think it was around this time last year that the writers of The Bear were saying the same thing. They said they're broke. And the guy that made The Brutalist, I was reading that quote from a different story, and he was saying a lot of the directors in that Best Picture category are in similar boats and that they're not making a lot of money off of this stuff.
So they throw their own money behind it or something? Or
I guess. I think it's just, it must be like a studio deal where they give them the loan, like, here, make this with this money. But and they probably have to throw a lot of their own into it too, especially with all the care that he took into the way that film was shot. And it has this giant, like, it's old school. I think it's like Vista Max or something like that. It's shot in a really old school way, and the film is literally like hundreds of pounds. Like they have to like have people carry it, the physical film of it. So I bet it costs a lot of money.
Hours. I mean,
what is this? The SNL 50th? Let's go. Let's pick it up.
It's just, I don't know. There's something like a block in my mind about going to a movie where they have to take an intermission.
Yeah, it stopped me for a long time too, but everyone and their mother were saying how good it was, so I just had to see it. The intermission does make a world of a difference, though. Like it really does.
Does it have like
a countdown timer or something?
Yeah, it has a little countdown timer. I actually noticed too. I went to the movies yesterday with my kiddo to see the new Paddington movie. Now they have a thing before the trailers because I normally don't get there that early. But there's a commercial saying you have about 10 minutes. It tells you how long the trailers are going to be. Yeah, it's like, it says you have this amount of time to go, get up, use the bathroom, use. I'm like, that's really cool. I don't know
it's
how
also
long
good for
they've
the
been doing
theaters,
that.
right? Because how many times have you been like, well, I want to go get popcorn, but I don't have time to wait in line. If they just flat out said, hey, you have 12 and a half minutes.
Right, then it's like, okay, sweet.
I'll go buy some stuff
Right,
now.
yeah.
I'll go spend
to
more
the
money.
bathroom, take a couple hits off the Penn Griffey Jr., right?
Exactly.
The Penn Griffey Jr. I like that.
Yeah, you know I was hitting the Penn Stiller during that Brutalist intermission. Oh, yeah.
You guys are so cool.
Did anybody watch White Lotus season 3 debut on Sunday?
Have you?
I watched it on Sunday.
You've watched that, but you haven't watched.
Yeah, because this isn't you don't need to binge White Lotus. It's not like I'm going to forget what's happening there. With Severance, it's so detailed, it's a puzzle. You got to figure it out. White Lotus is just a bunch of spoiled brats going on vacation that like my only complaint about White Lotus is they really, really, really like having 20 seconds of water just swishing back and forth.
Yeah, right.
There's so many water transitions where it's like, okay, I get it. That's like a wave. I'm sure it's symbolic. Let's go. What's happening? And just like every season so far, even in one episode of season 3, you're like, this looks like a nice family. By the end of the episode, you're like, I hate all of you.
You hate all of them.
Oh, here's 3 friends. They haven't really hung out since high school, but they're reuniting on this girls' trip. They seem nice. By the end of it, I'm like, I hate all of you.
Yeah.
It's just, it feels so formulaic, but it works. It's going to work. Yeah.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Hey, I got an email, by the way, real quick before the end of the show here from Gerdsey asking if we would help because they're really trying down at the University of Minnesota to recruit a 5-star receiver out of I believe Louisiana. So I just want to throw this out there from the Power Trip. If you're out there listening, I know they're putting together like a bunch of sound bites. Booby Feaster, we would love to have you as a Golden Gopher here.
Yeah.
You're one of the most anticipated receiver prospects ever. And Booby Feaster, I promise you'll get all kinds of coverage on the Power Trip Morning Show if you choose the University of Minnesota. Booby Feaster.
I just couldn't believe that was his name, but it actually is.
It is?
Yeah, that's his name.
Booby Feaster.
Booby Feaster.
Correct.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my nickname. That's his real name.
You shouldn't be such a glutton.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. You just love feasting on boobies.
Yeah, I see boobies. I'm like, it's Golden Corral.
Yeah. It's a buffet.
It is crazy when somebody like Booby Fist.
That's a different guy.
Doug. What happened to Doug Fister? But like
That's
when Booby Feaster exists,
My grandpa.
it's like everyone that listens to KFAN has to tweet the Power Trip. Like,
Yes.
it's like.
Yeah.
I always appreciate it, but I'm like, I get it. I get it. That's what we do. We're middle schoolers.
Correct.
I get it.
Yeah.
Nobody sends us like, here's footage of the plane crash. You guys should have an aviation specialist on. It's like, Booby Feaster, here's the link.
I'm guessing
we get it. We'll
they
kill
didn't
3
send
segments.
it to Barrero.
I don't think so.
No, they do not.
Maybe they did. I don't know what he's into. More of the Power Trip Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 9. 9 to noon is next.
You too, Abba. I love you, baby girl.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the 1-800.
Internet that's everything you imagine, and then some. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Sign up today and get internet with a price for life. Keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability.